So I'm back in France today for the launch of the Peugeot 308. Apologies if you suddenly hear a big noise in the background. That is an airport right over there, and little planes make big noises. Welcome to the Next Gear Show. This is indeed the launch of the Peugeot, or Peugeot, depending on what country you're from, 308. This is a brand new car for Peugeot. Also, there's the first car that they've put the new Peugeot logo on out the front, which is the new lion logo. It's quite big logo, it's very nice. And can I say that this is probably the best looking hatchback on the market today, anywhere, on any market. It's absolutely stunning. And in this green, it's just... green is a very hard colour to carry off. It's actually very reflective, and you can see every single drop line, shadows, everything in a green. Very hard to pull off, but this car is exceptionally good. There's a couple of orange stripes at the bonnet now or something on Paddy's Day. It's gorgeous. It comes in a hatchback. It comes in an estate form. Both of them are available from the launch, and I would go with estate, to be honest with you, in a hybrid form. I've picked this one today. It's a hatchback because it's 225 brake horsepower. It's the fastest one of the group that they produce at the moment. So we're going to go for a spin in that. But let's have a little discussion about where they're going to go with the interior stuff.
Peugeot have made significant changes to their interior with the idea that there are zones for the driver and passenger. It was still persisting with the small steering wheel, but later in the video I'll explain why it isn't so much of a problem anymore. The touchscreen has also changed. They say there are less screens and controls to manage, and I suppose because some of the stuff has moved down onto a customizable lower screen, that when you get used to it, it really does. In fairness, it works very well. There's also voice control for basic tasks and finding things on the map, but you can always use Android Auto or Apple CarPlay for the daily grind.
So at the time of filming, I don't have prices or specifications for Ireland just yet. Peugeot tell me this morning that they sell more mid to top spec range anyway, so this car will be available with all the options you see in this at the top end of the scale, the GT line. Some things might change ever so slightly, obviously because of our insane VRT prices. Insane, but insanity aside, let's take this little baby for a spin on the road and see how it feels. By the way, this is the wrong side of the car to get in. That happens a lot around here.
Now, one thing I do like is that Peugeot have determinedly stayed on with the touchscreen stuff, but they've added this customizable lower touchscreen, which is kind of cool because you can just prod away at the keys that suit you best, the ones you want to use the most often. So you just press the thing you're looking for. Still a sort of a touchscreen, which I'm still not really happy with, but it's a much better solution. Plus, these are customizable buttons. So you can actually put your most kind of common shortcuts here, and you can do it yourself as a person user of the machine. So when you press home, you're brought back to the screen, which brings you basically everything. When you buy the car, you'll log in as the actual user, and your menu will appear here. But if your other half or some other user in the house, maybe your son or daughter, if they jump in and they log in as themselves, they'll get their own little customization thing, and I think that's pretty neat. I think pretty cool. Anyway, let's get on with a bit of driving. And it's our second day of driving here. I drive on the right, the traffic light. Remember which side of the road to drive on. Just get it clear in the brain. But yeah, this is our second day of driving. Now, I still struggle. That's probably my height. I'm 6'1" in feet. And I always struggle to get a good spot that I can see.
Turn right.
I always struggle to get a good spot that I can see the instrument binnacle and be in a comfortable position enough to be able to drive the car.
Turn right.
That actually really hasn't changed. It's still a bit of an issue here, but it's all right. Why am I going this way? This sat nav is a lunatic. All airports are lunacy. This isn't the right way.
Turn around when possible.
That's what I said.
Bear right.
Goddamn roundabout. I know, because the gate's over there. But I, like a big idiot, did what it told me to do.
Then turn left.
Because you go, there's a little hutch over here. We're at an airport in Cannes today. All you rich people, famous people and celebrities would all land here to go have the Cannes Film Festival.
Go left on the roundabout,
Just see.
third exit. Go left on the roundabout, third exit.
We're going to get a lot of instruction right now, and the traffic is a little bit insane. I'm going to have to plough into someone to get across this roundabout. Ah, vive la France. Screen up there, but I can't go anywhere. I'd say there's some sort of factory down there or something. There must be something, because I ain't going that way, that's for sure. The pickup in the hybrid is very good.
Cross the roundabout, second exit, D6207.
I find the pickup in the hybrid version exceptional, very good. There's no lag. It feels like maybe an old style turbo in some of the cars where there's this kind of lag as it tries to lift itself, figure out which engine is going to give you whatever. Not in this. This thing, you floor it, you get both engines, full power, gone. Now this is the 225 version, but yesterday I drove the 180 version, I think I might be right at that. The 180 hybrid version, and I found that to be just as good. No problem with that either. It does have a thing during deceleration when you take your foot off the gas, that it feels like it's trying to recoup some power, but it seems to be a busy feel to it, you know. Can you not shut up a little bit? Oh my God, I turned on the bloody radio as well. How did I do that? No matter. No bother. I think I need to go that way. The traffic, boys. Cannes goes from 20 minutes to the hotel to 1.5 hours to the hotel, and does it like that. Like,
after 400 meters.
And you're thinking more in a handling sense, the car handles very, very well. We drove across a beautiful cliff drive yesterday, through this beautiful small roads around Cannes and kind of north of here, Nice, and we were flying along. The suspension, the handling, the damping is very good, as I would expect from Peugeot, because they're just like that. I haven't decided whether I'm saying Peugeot or Peugeot. I'm sorry if you're one or the other and you feel like you need me to say one or the other. We're going to hit out on the motorway now. So motorway cruising in this car is lovely. The hybrid system is very good. Just put it in D, go. No real need to start messing with the drive modes, but you can. And in this car there is hybrid, full electric mode and sport mode, so you can have them all on at different times for different purposes. Generally I found the kind of hybrid mode the easiest one to deal with on a normal drive like this. You can put your boot down. We'll cut in the engine. Very little lag time between the engine coming on and the hybrid mode cutting out. It'll maintain the engine on for a minute when you lift off the gas, because the car would be thinking about, does he need to go on a bit harder than this, or what's he going to do next, right? There's a lot of that going on. If you want to prod away at that button, you can have sport, you can have hybrid, and you can have electric. And that 3D instrument binnacle is nothing short of epic. It looks gorgeous. It beautifully enhances when you're driving along on the instrument binnacle itself, as things start just protruding out. And we've seen it before. Any of the long-term viewers would have seen me review that before. I find it gorgeous, that 3D thing. The touchscreen, it's still a touchscreen. I know you're going to get really angry with me because I don't like touchscreens. Never have. I think touchscreens are a phenomenal distraction. You're always looking and prodding at things, and yeah, it is a bit small. It is a tiny bit far away. Not the head thing, but you know what I mean. For me, Peugeot has nailed it with the design. The design of this car is amazing looking. Perfectly proportioned, looks great on the road. In the rearview mirror, it really does look well. We were driving along yesterday with one right behind us, and it looked gorgeous on the road. I was very happy to see it behind me. Estate is the one I'd probably plumb for. I have to say I would go with an SW version of the probably 180 hybrid in this color. I love that green, it's gorgeous. There's a blue color, looks pretty well as well. There's a good range of colors on the market, but this green just looks classy. Handling, damping, dashboard, there's nothing much I dislike here. In some ways it's kind of controversial, and because of that you can look at it going, I don't like the way the steering is just going down here, and I don't like this, but actually I think you'll get used to it after a while. They've completely gotten rid of that bounce feeling on motorways when you're driving around. I always used to feel on the earlier models with this little steering wheel that you've made these hundreds of little adjustments on the steering wheel to try and keep it in the middle of the lane. They seem to damp that out of it, so I'm okay with a small steering wheel again now. Steering is very sharp, very responsive, and it feels like it wants to be urgent. In actual fact, I think it feels a little bit more Cupra than Cupra. And no problem with power here, like it just... Speaking of powertrains, going to have a petrol, going to have a diesel, going to have a hybrid. They're the three that are coming. They're claiming all electric or fully electric or something like that, but it actually means a PHEV. You'll have the plug-in hybrid version of it, so it can run at like 44 to 50 kilometers on the electric alone if you want to. It's very, very clever at engaging the speed, the engine at the right speed, so it's very, very clever at that. We drove here on the motorway yesterday, and we drove across a mountain yesterday as well, and the car just felt like it was just working it out for me, just churning it along. It did very, very well. Overall, again, I think Peugeot have nailed it. Nailed it again. They're nailing it in terms of design lately. I really like what Stellantis Group has brought to all their brands. They seem to be bringing a new life, a new sort of invigoration of the brands that are there, including Peugeot. And now I think this is the right direction. This is exactly where I want to go. This at least is not just any old designer, kind of tired, older looking designs like you're getting from some of the German brands. This is new design, fresh directions, fresh design, fresh thinking with these new little screens at the bottom. Very enthusiastic about Peugeot's going right now, and I hope to see a lot more of these on the road. We'll have better understanding where we're going to go with this in a few months' time, with the prices, specifications being coming out. It won't be long. You'll be able to order these for next year, so January delivery. Hopefully, fingers crossed, we get enough chips and things. And we'll see more of these kind of hybrid ones on the road. I strongly recommend, and I know it's not going to be, I can't explain why, you don't really need the 3D instrument binnacle, but it's deadly when it's there. It really does look the part. You feel like you're in not a fighter pilot, like a spaceship or something from the 90s in some Amiga game. It just looks so well, so classy and so well thought out. Travel assist is very good. In this green, the car is exceptionally pretty. Very happy to say that Peugeot are back, and they're back in a big way. Thank you very much for watching. I hope you like the new sort of format, new energy coming in the channel as well. Loads of plans coming through. There's lots of filming to do. We're going to get all that sorted out and be back in full swing for the autumn-winter run of the Sunday service, and of course the normal reviews that will be here, along with new kinds of films that are coming. Thank you very much for watching, and until the next time, I'll see you on the far side.